There we go. Peace. 1, 2, 3. Check, check, test. 1, 2, 3. Kam-Pain show live. Saturday night live. Calling out another NOI op. Calling out another NOI op. Calling all cars. Calling all cars. One Adam 12. Another Adam 22. No, I don't know if this person black or white. I don't know what they are. But I'm calling them out. Another op. For a public showdown challenge. This is not an Israelite. This is apparently a Sunni Islamic Sunni. I don't know, but I just saw it. Somebody sent it to me. Shouts out to whoever sent it to me. I think Mike Law. Man, Gooch. Man, we don't do that, brethren. I don't know. Yeah, you probably should hit me in my DM about something like that. King Z, Walaikum Salam, Joe Jackson, peace and blessings. But yeah, this is about somebody that sent me this in my DM. Says the reality of the Nation of Islam in light of true Islam. So they're saying, of course, that the Nation of Islam is not true Islam. They say, regrettably, there are those within the Black American Muslim community who exaggerate the praises of Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam while offering no criticism of their egregious errors. Remaining silent about the errors of the NOI is disingenuous to the Muslim community and betrayal towards those in the Nation of Islam who are sincerely searching for the truth. This is a clarification of the divergent beliefs of the Nation of Islam that prevent them from being within the fold of Islam. Man, we're not in the fold of Islam. This is an invitation to the Nation of Islam to accept and embrace true Islam. And this response to your invitation is the invitation to you and whoever feels the same way you feel of your community to get on live with Brother Cam. And like the Quran says, let's argue in the best manner, right? Because the Quran actually says that it's forbidden for those who claim to be real Muslims to say that you are not a Muslim. So we can get into that, but I would rather just get into a discussion since we both claim the same God and claim the same book, claim the same faith. This would be an excellent public demonstration of the God Showdown challenge. This would be the excellent because it's so-called real Muslim versus fake Muslim. So this is when you really call for that challenge. So let me find out exactly. Hold on a second. Let me find out because I got the shared. This is G-Town Masjid. G-Town Masjid official. G-Town Masjid official. Can y'all type that in the chat? Because I'm gonna do it also at G-Town Masjid official. This is what we want. This is who we want. Since they want us, we want them. We want it even more. Well, I do. I'm not going to speak for nobody else. I'm not claiming that I speak for Minister Farrakhan or the Nation of Islam. I don't claim that I speak for the FOI or the MGT. I just am a FOI. You know, so I'm responding on behalf of my own understanding. So, of course, if Minister Farrakhan gives me directions and instructions other than what I'm doing or a position, then I'm going to publicly submit and repent and apologize and retract anything that I'm saying or that I said. But until then, and unless that happens, I'm on on the front line with stuff like this. So I think y'all can see. Let me see if I can go here. It says G-Town Major's official says the Nation of Islam are not Muslims. The Nation of Islam are not Muslim. I want to make this bigger. Let me see. Can I make this bigger? Oh, no, it's not letting me. That's terrible. Well, anyway, we'll read it from here. Nation of Islam are not Muslims from their clear disbelief of the Nation of Islam. What are we disbelieving exactly? Their belief that Allah came in the form of a man. So that's disbelief in Islam. Let's talk about it. Number two, their belief that there is a prophet after Prophet Muhammad, meaning Elijah Muhammad. Is that what we believe? They have other false beliefs. It says they have other false beliefs that oppose the Quran and the Sunnah. Sure would like to hear those publicly for the public to see. You tell me what they are publicly. For more information, read this book by Sheikh Rashid Barbie, inshallah. No, for more information, hop on a live and talk with the people or a person that you, instead of talking about them, get on and talk actually with them. Since you know so much, I think I know a little bit about the nation since I'm a 35-year vet. So don't talk about us, talk with one of us, namely myself, since I'm in these YouTube streets. Says, yes, we as Muslims deal with all people respectfully, but a Muslim is a Muslim, according to whose interpretation, and a disbeliever is a disbeliever. Exactly. So y'all are disbelievers in Master Fard Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan and the revelation brought by Master Fard Muhammad, and we're disbelievers in your interpretation. So we're going to see who the real, that's how you're calling on the Allah that we both claim that we believe in to manifest the ones that's in error and the ones that's in the wrong. So he said, we invite the NOI to Islam. Oh, because we're not doing Islam. We invite the NOI to Islam. And we call upon them to leave off their disbelief before death. Oh, you're using the word death. So, man, I sure want to get that in. So here I said, West Coast Cam, greetings. I am a 35-year veteran FOI in the NOI, Fruit of Islam, in the Nation of Islam. Are you willing to have a live one-on-one public video dialogue here on IG or on YouTube with me tonight? Not now, but right now, or ASAP, as soon as possible for you, about this topic of yours, Cam Muhammad. So I'm not delaying, want to waste no time. we make no haste, but we don't waste no time when somebody, is publicly making those type of claims. So I love that. So we'll see if he responds or they respond or whoever, somebody named Hassan. I don't know if he tagged me with it or sent it to my DM. So I didn't really respond to them because I didn't know if they was pro or against the NOI. So I just went straight to the page that he sent me to and left that comment. So we'll see. King Z, salute. Daryl Jackson, salute. Machiavelli Awake, salute. Knowledge, salute. Azim Shabazz, salute. Safi Ali, salute. Anthony L. Perry. The fold of Islam overseas has been folded up. Lost all their governments except Iran. The new Islam is Black America at the head. Blacktastic 68, wa alaikum salam, salute, soldier. Man, voila. You know what I'm saying? We just see if they show up. I respect that bold production. They wrote a book. Somebody wrote a book about it and posted it. And they got like 57,000 followers on that page, G-Town Masjid official. So they want it. They talking like they want it. So and they're gonna know the Showdown language way more than the Israelites that punked out. So they should have no reason to punk out. So we can get right to it. We had nothing to debate about, but I'm willing to even, I don't even say debate, but I'm willing to, argue with them on a few points in the best manner. But then we want to end it all up with that public Allah Showdown challenge. Invoke deletion. Let's invoke deletion. Let's pray, be earnest in prayer, and invoke the curse of the real Allah on the liars, on the fake Muslims. That's what I want to do. Can y'all tag them for me? Can y'all tag G? I don't even know if they on. I'll get at them on Instagram because I already did. So I not only did I tag them and added them, but then I shared it on my story and typed in they mention. So I'm just waiting to hear back from them, but I ain't heard nothing yet. Haven't heard nothing yet as of yet. But I'm over here on my cell phone too, hoping I can. He's saying let's go. Yeah, I see a response. Let's see live what the response is. Hold on. I don't want to show all of that. Damn, let me see. How do I do this without showing all my business? Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna just put it over here. Y'all see that's what it is. 10:30 something. So let me click out of here. This is his response. I'm gonna put it in the chat. He says, we are having a seminar this Saturday. Today is Saturday, right? We're having a seminar this Saturday on the reality of the NOI and their heretical beliefs, and an invitation for them to accept the religion of Islam. You are more than welcome to attend in person. Oh, Lord. No, Lord. Now it's like I got to be in person when your post wasn't in person. So we can't be like, if you in Philadelphia, I'm in LA or I'm in Atlanta or something, like, here we go with the weirdo excuses. A live discussion. Let me put this whole thing. We are having a seminar this Saturday on the reality of the NOI and their heretic beliefs, and an invitation for them to accept the religion of Islam. You are more than welcome to attend in person and have a live discussion. Is that a week run? What is that? What is that? So let me get over here. Let me get at them. Are you, willing? I'm gonna have to repeat myself to get on live stream with me tonight / right now. Why the hell do I gotta see you in person? I shouldn't have to fly to where this is crazy work. Fly to where y'all are in person, right? I already see the coward germs. I already see the cowardly lion germs. They off to see the wizard already. They want me to book a trip to Kansas, to Emerald City, to come see the wizard. No, we have a thing that modern technology. That's how I even saw it. It was called the internet. I didn't need to travel to where you are to see your posts. Why I got to travel to where you are to talk about it? These are cowards. These are cowards. So let me see if he respond. Let me share this screen because I don't want to show my whole little business. So let me do something real quick. Let me do something. Yeah, I don't mind. Whatever. I ain't got nothing. I just don't want y'all to be looking at my DMs. But I'm transparent. Voila, and Brother T. According to the Sunnah, Prophet Muhammad said 4 generations after him will no longer be of him. Yeah, all of that. We know all of that. But I don't even want to get into that. I want to cut straight to the showdown. Because if you're calling us fake Muslims and false Muslims and kafirs and whatever they call us, then it's one way to settle it. You claim your God is the real Allah and he do miracles today, right? He's the Lord of all the worlds. He's a possessor of power over all things. He do miracles right now, right? That's why the Quran says, okay, you gather your men and your women and your sons and daughters. We gather ours. Let's be earnest in prayer right now, not tomorrow, right now. And let's invoke the curse of Allah on the liars. Or let's invoke DEATH. Let's call for God to curse, clearly bring his clear Muslim God curse down on which one of us is worshiping the wrong God. Same thing Elijah did. Those was his own people that was claiming the same faith, but one of them was claiming a specific interpretation of God, and the other 450 or 850 was claiming a different interpretation. Guess which ones got murked down by the river? It wasn't that one. It was one against 850. So I'm so honored. I'm so anxious and eager for y'all real Muslim God to wipe me out, to curse me and wipe me out. So eager. I'm so anxious. Saying like Genuine, so anxious. Nah. But then I gotta fly to Philly. I guess they wherever they meeting at in person. We can't get this in just like how I just saw it. We can't get it in, on live stream like everything else is going. I gotta fly to Philly or wherever y'all at. Like, okay. Right. Brother T said, let's play big God take little God. You know what I'm saying? Like Q, big bank take little bank. Let's play real God take fake God. Ruben said it might not be minions. It might be straight up FBI or CIA trying to evoke emotional response, right? Our only emotional responses is going to be laughing and giggles like we doing right here. Because we're going to all refer it back to the supernatural God and his miracle power of chastising. None of us is finna, not over here. And I know FOI over here is not going to call you out your name. Definitely not going to put no hands on you. You're not going to take us off our square. None of the Orthodox Muslim community raised up these mentally dead ex-slave niggas of the past 470 years. Nobody did that. It's not until we standing up, getting more respect than y'all, that you want to say we not real Muslims. Well, whatever God that is that cleaned us up, it was more realer than what y'all was willing to do for us. Y'all wasn't willing to do. You and your real beard God, you know what I'm saying? Your real Arabic Allah wasn't interested in doing nothing for the niggas over here for 400 some years. So even if your Allah was the real one, I don't want him. I don't want your Allah because y'all didn't want us. Y'all didn't help us. I care nothing about your Allah or your interpretation of Allah or Islam. So, but they won't show up. That's going to be the ultimate 304 up right there. That's going to be the ultimate 304 up because they claim to be Muslims. It ain't like Israelites. They're going to try to just say, we don't got to listen to you at all because y'all, but these claim the same book and the same God. That's going to be the most humiliating, the most meaningful showdown right there. Y'all hit the like, subscribe button, share button, and all of that, man. Let's look at that. Let's look at this again. The reality of the Nation of Islam. They got a whole big red, bold, loud post, and I see a barcode right here. So I guess they selling this a book. This is a book by Rashid Barbie. But that's what they do. They write and they talk about you, but they won't talk with you. They won't line it up with you. They're going to talk about you and try to sell you a book. Are they giving it away? Why you got to sell a book instead of you can have a free conversation? Because I guess if you want me to show up, I probably got to pay. It's probably like an admittance fee. You know what I'm saying? I got to pay to defend our organization from your slander. I got to show up. First, I got to fly out to wherever you are, find out where you are, then probably got to pay. Cold game out here, ain't it? Straight 304s. Straight 304s. Big bro Mike. Bro Mike's. Walaikum salam. But we'll see. I mean, I know they ain't gonna show up. Anybody that represents this community wanna speak up on behalf of Rashid Barbie or Sheikh, whoever that was, Sheikh Rattle and Roll. Anybody that believes that the Nation of Islam is not real Muslims and believes all of this. Anybody want to step up and Sheikh Rashid Barbie in them place and have a conversation with Brother Cam about this publicly, since they not gonna show up? Anybody willing to do that? Bro Ben, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm light work, Brother Ben. Y'all know young Brother Ben X. He'll slice and dice you, Julian. His little. So y'all better just try to deal with me, because I'm kind of up in age. You know what I'm saying? I stutter and slur, and I be saying, you know what I'm saying, some cuss words. So y'all might be able to get it off on me a little better. I'll send you to Brother Ben and them. You know what I'm saying? You might end y'all whole little career. Nah. But yeah, man. I just want to do the showdown challenge. Like, I don't even really want to debate, but with somebody that claims to be Muslims, if you claim to be real Muslims, I definitely want a little debate. We can do a little quick debate. We can argue in the best manner real fast. But I ain't gonna go too far with it. I really just want to get to the showdown part. I really just want to get to the invoke deletion on the liars. Let's be earnest in prayer and invoke the curse of the real God on the fake God and the believers of the fake God. I just want to get right to that. I don't even want to play around with it. I want to hear your excuse, because I want to set up specific time frame, whether it's a week, whether it's 30 days, whether it's 60 days, whether it's 90 days, or whether it's from now until October the 7th or October the 16th, because, certain specific dates we already know it's all the way up. The official end of grace is already cracking. It's already up. That's why, Allah's making them so bold, because he can't wait to make examples out of you. He can't wait to use his little sons and daughters to call a shot before it happened. That's why I think I understand that. That's why I'm out there with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be this instrument. Yeah, even if I get crushed, I still got used by the real God. You know what I'm saying? I've been used by him. I've been a little helper, a little instrument. I don't know what instrument I am. I might be like a little drum set. I might be like a little mini, trumpet or flute. I might be some little wind instrument. But ain't nobody that can't act like they ain't heard me. They trying to act like it. Niggas be straight smoky. I be feeling like a straight bully Debo. Y'all tuck y'all Islam in when we come around. I ain't gonna say nothing. When the NY Muslims come around, we be quiet. When they leave, we be popping it again. Get your little smoky Muslims up out of here. Debo. It's got straight excuses. While Farrakhan's letter contract with Matt. Yeah, we got a contract for sure. Mm-hmm. Y'all got a contract with who? The royal family? The Saudi Arabian princes? Well, who is y'all's holy man right now? Who's the leader of Islam to y'all? Who represents the leader of Islam? Which scholar, which family, which companions, which hadith sunnah companions do y'all say is y'all top scholar? Yeah, I want to take on y'all scholars. This little t-shirt dude, little stuttering ex-ninja, little washed up bitter rapper. I want to take on your scholar. Whoever the leader of your belief is. I want to test my little rod. I want to test my little rod at my staff that I got from Elijah Muhammad. Yeah. We don't do profits over here. This is not the profit time. Only profits we doing is the lesson say I might profit $100 per word for studying his revelation, but it ain't no profit like PROPHET. It's a PROFIT. No, we don't do profits over here. This is a non-profit organization at this point. No, we do Messiah. We do Messiah and God in person and angels, destroyer angels. That's what we do over here. Yeah, and we don't do profits. Right. Yeah, Shakespeare. Yeah, I ain't, I just want to, Eric Black, no disrespect, and if I'm wrong, but didn't NOI conspire with the CIA to get rid of Malcolm X? Just a question. Where did you hear that? Where did you hear that? Because it's disrespect if you won't cite your source. Even though you started with no disrespect, if you won't tell me where you heard that so I can judge, your character of why you would repeat and who told you that and why you would repeat whoever you told that. Because here as manhood, this is manhood time. We don't gossip. We don't spread rumors. You know what I'm saying? So no disrespect to you. Can you get on the live with me real quick and tell me where you heard that? Here's the StreamYard link. Here's the StreamYard link. Say Digital Soapbox Network, StreamYard.com. Hit that link. And let me know where you heard that from. It says no disrespect. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So that means you're making a statement. It's not just a question because you said if you're wrong, you're wrong. Questions aren't wrong. So that means you really are making a statement. There's no such thing as a wrong question, right? So hop on a live with me. Yeah, we're gonna get into all of that, the bonus shake and all that. We're gonna get into the World Friendship Tour and all of that, but ain't nobody stepping up. So I ain't no need to just fire into the air. I don't waste ammo. I want the ammo to hit my man. But where you at, Eric Black with 2 C's? Where you at? It's disrespectful if you don't show up and let me know where you got that from.
What's happening, Cam?
What's good with you, brethren? Hold on, let me get this off of here real quick.
Respect to you, bro. I've been jamming your music since I was a little kid, man. Respect to you for sure.
Man, respect to you. You said no disrespect. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But didn't the NOI conspire with the CIA to get rid of Malcolm X? Who did you hear that from?
Just looking through documents, man.
What documents?
Just certain documents and stuff that was, I guess, coming out over this internet stuff, reading certain stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it was kind of like, with him knowing the stuff that he knew, or I guess whatever
What
the
did he,
situation.
what did he know?
I mean, hey man, I can't really tell you that. I'm not Malcolm X. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not in his brain, so I wouldn't know. I'm not in the Nation of Islam or nothing. I don't do nothing like that. It's just that's why I said it's just a question. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing that I'm throwing out there to make no rumors or nothing. It's just a
Well,
question.
I mean, if you read the question, you say, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
Yeah.
it did not. You didn't say did. You said did not. You know, didn't means did not. So you already are saying that he did, especially based on the documents or the CIA documents. So, and I'm asking you to cite
And not only that, the people that were accused of doing these things, some of the people that I guess came out and said, hey, yeah, I was a part of this situation or whatever, also came out and said that, you know what I'm saying, them being a part of it.
I don't know what you're saying. I want you to, that's why I'm being quiet, because I want you really to spell it out, because I'm taking notes. So
right. Hey man, this is listen, I'm not I tried to get as deep as I could off into that situation because I always wanted to know what actually really happened with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. I think that's something y'all should really want to know. You know what I mean?
I'm answering your question though. I'm not upset with you. I'm just, because it's people watching. It's 100 people watching right now. And that's what you're saying is an important question. But I'm also gonna hold you to your sources and you know, why would you choose? Like if you heard that, and a lot of us have heard, but you mentioned the CIA. So the CIA Freedom of Information Act declassified documents just came out like a year or two ago. Right. So since you specified the CIA, have you read the documents, the CIA documents, the Freedom of Information Act documents?
I only read a portion of it. I didn't read the whole thing. That's why I was asking.
What part of it did it say that NOI conspired with with the CIA?
That part I didn't get to. I still got a lot more reading to do. But that's why I asked that question. And the only reason why is because the voice that Malcolm had and what he was pushing, the agenda that he was pushing for the unity of our culture to be able.
That's still not like it's out there. Like you could talk to me, you could talk. I mean, that's why I respect you asking me the question. But I wanted to see like if you really was serious about getting the information or the answers.
Of course.
Are you aware that Malcolm X's daughters, along with Attorney Crump, year ago or two, just filed $100 million lawsuit against the U.S. government? Was the NOI in that lawsuit?
No.
So if would anybody know that more than the family?
Yeah, of course.
Who you say? So you said somebody that claims to have been a part of the deletion of Malcolm told something that we don't know about?
Just I caught something that I caught a little interview that one of them was having, or it was an interview, or like a I guess they had like some kind of like. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying give us the details about it.
No, it was the guy that supposedly did what he done to Malcolm.
One guy?
No, it was a series of guys.
So, I mean, can you give us some details about them?
I don't really know the necessary details. I just know they was a part of, I guess, the Nation of Islam. They was a part of it.
There was a part of it at the time, or like, what do you mean?
Yeah, they was a part of it at the time. The police officer that was there that actually seen Malcolm get shot or whatever, they had an interview with him and he was speaking and he was saying what he was saying about how it all went down in the whole 9 yards. And the men that actually done it said that, and I'm not saying, I could be wrong and say it's the CIA, it could be the FBI, anything like that, but that's what they were saying. They were saying it was more or less of a government, like a government takedown. I like basically like what they did with the Panthers. Like it was pretty much the same thing. And it was all off.
You mean it was some agents, some planted agents? So is planted agents members of the nation or real Panthers?
I wouldn't say that.
Listen what I'm saying. You said like what they did with the Panthers. So was it real Panthers that took down? Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
Because you're saying that the NOI conspired. Did the NOI conspire with the CIA? So are you saying that the NOI had plants, had COINTELPRO or CIA or FBI plants?
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's basically the question that I'm asking. Was it
listen to what you're saying. So if somebody is a plant, are they really a FOI? I'm asking you.
I wouldn't necessarily believe that, but you know what I mean. In order for them to do it, they don't have to try to be one.
I'm saying if somebody is conspiring with the with the CIA, why would they need to conspire with the CIA to get rid of Malcolm?
But who's to say? That's a great question.
I'm just saying, how old are you, bro? How old are you?
I'm 38. I'm 38.
Are you Muslim?
No.
You Christian?
I'm not a man religion based type person, bro. I'm spiritual.
So what is God a man to you or God a spirit? What is God to you?
God is almighty, man. He's who he is.
What is it? What is it? He? Is he a he? No. So he's a he. That means he got penis and testicles, right?
No.
So your he don't mean he.
No, my God is my God, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a spiritual being. He can be anything, man. But my God is my God. You know what I'm saying? My God is a spiritual person.
So are you pro-black or are you just pro everybody?
Personally, yeah. If you really want to say anything, I'm pro everybody, man.
Oh, okay. So you don't really acknowledge like who the original people of this planet is.
Oh, of course we are. I'm for the human race, man. I respect everybody, bro. I'm not out here, man, and all that type of stuff. Yeah, we don't even care about ourselves half the time. So what you saying, you know, like why would you even try to be pro-black? And we kill ourselves more than anybody else.
400 years here.
I'm sorry?
Do you believe we was enslaved or you don't believe that really happened?
Man, we was doing it in Africa.
We were doing to each other. How do you know? How can you prove that?
You can go back and go read that.
Oh, so whenever you read it, it really happened because you can read it.
I mean, how else can you get a nigga to not learn nothing? You know, that's an old stick. That's an old saying. For a nigga not to know nothing, what's the first thing they do is put it in the book.
Well, in the book, it said that we was from monkeys. You believe we came from monkeys?
No, I definitely don't believe that. No, I know that's not true. Yeah, but that's not saying that it's true neither. You know what I'm saying? What makes
what you read true then? It was in the book.
Well, I mean, I just read certain books that appease. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it just appeased my mind, man. Like it came to me and it just treated.
Make them true.
That's not saying that it's all true. But from the stuff that I have read, okay.
Right. So no matter what, you know, if your sources, that's what I was asking what your sources is, just because you read it in a book, that don't make it true, right? And I can't even hold you to like biblical examples because you don't believe in no organized so-called spiritual history, right?
Yeah, I believe in God. I believe in the Son. I believe in His Son. I believe in the divine truth. I believe that.
That's called Christianity, bro.
I believe in that for sure. But I'm not of a man-made religion, bro. I'm not Baptist. I'm not a
Pentecostal. You believe in the Father and the Son, that means you believe in Christianity.
I'm sorry?
If you say you believe in the Father and the Son, God and the Son, that means you believe in Christianity. That's Christianity.
Yeah, I know, but that's a man-made religion. Christianity is just like
believing in a man-made religion.
I'm sorry?
I said that means you believing in a man-made religion. That's a story. That's another one of them stories that's in the book by some men that came up with that story that God is a he and he got a son, right?
Okay.
I'm just asking, is that true?
That's what it's saying.
Is it true though? Is God a he and do God got a son?
Yeah, that's what it's saying.
No, I'm saying what I'm asking you. I know what it say. I'm asking you, is that the truth?
Obviously it is.
How is it obviously?
If that's what's being pushed here, then obviously it is. But that's what we've been taught all our life, right?
That make it true. We've been taught we was 3/5 of a human being. We thought we came from monkeys. Does that make it true?
I don't know. Does it? That's a good question. Does it? Because I don't believe it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just proving something here. So I wanted to get your sources, and you said you're not a Muslim or a Christian, and you're spiritual, right. and you're not pro-black. You pro everybody, right?
Right.
And so you're not a member of no black. You're not black first. Meaning, so since you're black, like every other creature in nature, you're not more concerned about self and kind than you are for somebody else. You concerned by everybody equal.
Everybody is equal. Just because stuff happened to us, the way it has happened does not determine the fact of my blackness, my man. None of that at all. Just because I'm equal for all human beings, bro. I'm asking
you scientific, provable facts. Is the color black equal with white?
That don't matter. Do you believe red?
It don't matter to you.
Do you believe red? Do you believe red?
Bruh.
When you bleed, do you believe red?
Spiders bleed red. Is
it don't matter. You ain't answered my question. Do you bleed red? If you could a white man, a white man, a Mexican man, a Chinese man, a European, a Asian man, and everybody else right next to you that's not of a black descent, what color are they gonna bleed?
So if you cut a lizard, it's gonna bleed red, right? Is that your brother? Because it bleed red blood. Anything bleed red blood is your brother?
Cam, look.
Let me ask you one more question though. Do you got a white baby mama?
Bro, I respect the positivity that you pushing as far as for black people, man. I'm all for it. I respect your whole platform, bro. But as far as the debating about who's right, who's wrong, I'm not here for that, man. You know what I'm saying? It was just a question that I asked. It really on the cool. The only thing you could have said was no, yes, and left it at that. I'm not here to really debate. I don't
get down like you, bro. Do you got a white baby mama though?
Right, but at the same time, I'm not here for debate, man. God made the human race. The human race is the human race, man. We all equal at the end of the day.
Right? Me and you never talked before, right?
Right, but I know
based on what you said to ask you, do you got a white baby mama? Why do you think I would ask you that?
Why does that matter though? That's the question. Why does that matter?
Because you committed to a white woman and you had a baby with one, and you want to justify it.
Justify what? That I got a white baby mama? Or that me messing with her because the color of her skin was an issue?
I'm just telling you, nature doesn't do that.
But that's what I'm saying. Why does that matter?
No creatures in nature does that.
But why does that matter?
Because it's the natural law of the God you believe in.
You could have said, did I have a Chinese baby mama? You could have said, did I have an Arab baby mama?
I knew you did.
Specifically, you asked me, do I have a white mother, a white
How
baby?
How did I know to ask you that?
Why does that matter?
How did I know to ask you that?
I'm trying to figure out why it matters.
How did I know to ask you that? Why didn't I ask you? Why do you think I didn't ask you? Did you have a Latino or Asian or Indian or whatever baby mom? Why do you think I asked you that?
I'm kind of trying to figure out why. I'm trying to let my brain spin to figure out exactly why you asked me that question. Like that's not. It's kind of not making sense.
Was I wrong?
It was out of left field. I'm not gonna say you're wrong. Hey man, you grown, man. You grown, man. You got every right to have your own opinion, man.
Am I wrong?
For asking me that question? No, man. You ask whatever you want to, man.
All right, bro. Well, I appreciate. I don't want to.
Yeah, for sure, man. Salute to you, bro, man. Hey, I'm still gonna continue to support you, man. I'm still gonna sit here and listen to your channel, man. And big ups and kudos to you, man. For sure.
Salute, Big Eric. Appreciate you. Man. All right,
yes,
bro. Peace. Anybody wants to comment on that? Salute Eric for being a good sport and at least showing up and not 304 and up. You know, not gonna press no harder than I need to. But So where were we? Calling out the NOI op, you know what I'm saying? I have found that anybody that publicly opposes the NOI has that type of, they have some questionable current or past background, something that they standing on as that shaky ground, right? And my brother didn't really want to claim that he was black. He's very dark skinned, very original manish looking, but that don't matter to him. It mattered to the devil because he picked people that look just like you for scientific reasons, because he knew you was strong and knew you can help build him a whole new heaven and world for the last 500 years while he put you in hell. So it mattered to him. And if it mattered to devils, it matters to God, the real God that you claim that you believe in. Race, so-called race, absolutely matters. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't exist if it didn't. So I don't want to press you no harder than, I see that you don't want to be or need to be pressed, but we we saw what that was. Blessings, man, and bless his heart and bless his seed. May God, guide them to himself, to accept his own and join on with his own. CEO John, am I wrong? As in, yes, she is white, right? I mean, it's all good. I don't want to, but it's about the ops. So, and that came from him suggesting that the CIA or the NOI was in cahoots with the CIA to get rid of Malcolm. So, if it wasn't for that spirit that I saw from the gate, I wouldn't even have did him like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you can boldly jump out there and ask those kind of questions, and I can boldly ask you some personal questions that, publicly is not going to make you look too good, because publicly you kind of, trying to make us not look too good. Right. And that's what I'm not saying he was a op, but why ask the question in that way? You could just say, man, is it true? Man, I heard, man, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that you're not even loving your own sisters, you're not even a lover of your own sisters, then subliminally or subconsciously, you are going to put certain type of messages or whatever out there that I'm going to be able to see right into. I'm going to see right through it immediately. So that's all that's about. It ain't like I'm psychic. I mean, even if I am, I didn't have to be psychic to know that. I didn't have to be psychic to see through that. You know what I'm saying? Eric, I'm very much black, but I don't care about being pro-black. We kill each other. Yeah, especially if you saying black with 2 C's. We kill each other every day or at rapid numbers, very alarming. So what is pro-black for real? Pro-black for real is the NOI, the Nation of Islam. And if you're familiar enough to study gossip and slander, then you should be familiar enough to actually see the benefits, because we all used to be on that self-hatred time, and we not now. You know what I'm saying? So if you spelling BLACC and you got a down south accent, blood and Crippin started in Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? So we could get into that too, but so if the authentic section and part of the map where it started at, if we are some of the most progressive and feared and respected Muslim FOIs on earth, and I'm Mr. Peace Treaty, Crip and Blood gang truce rapper dude from LA, you can't tell me nothing about killing each other. You can't tell me that I'm 55, almost 56 years old. So, and I didn't spend my time, I spent my time with a black wife and black children and black people. But it's all good. Many of our people in 2025 still want nothing more than to be accepted by Dwight and them. By Dwight's people. Daryl Jackson is pro-black to help in preventing murder, red rums amongst our people who are suffering from self-hate, right? In fact, like I said, you spelling your name or the word black with 2 C's. You a Crip, you banging, you know what I'm saying? You're not mature enough to just spell a word the way it's spelled. So something going on. I'm from that world, that life, that's side of the map. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But I'm calling out this NOI op people, this people right here. Rashid Barbie or any of their community, any Orthodox Islamic community that says that the Nation of Islam is not true Muslim, not true Islam. I'm calling you out for a public showdown, you know what I'm saying, a brief little argument in the best manner, not to cuss each other out. It's going to be respectful. You might not feel that it's respectful, but it's going to be respectful because, they already have aggressed. You already have aggressed in visual and verbal, in words. So we have the right to thoroughly retaliate and fight until they pay the tax in acknowledgement of superiority over them and they're in a state of subjection. So all I gotta do is see it one time, and I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop. This is part of my purpose in life, is to not stop. As soon as I see the germ of Satan or the germ of slander, aggression, my job is to not stop until it's gone. Hey, we hurl the truth at falsehood. We hurl the truth. We ain't, soft with it. We hurling the truth at falsehood to it knock out its brains. And lo and behold, it vanishes. And falsehood is ever a vanishing thing once you get at it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna vanish on its own. We gotta vanish it. Yeah. You can hop back on with me, Black, and we can talk about that if you want. Say, no, I don't bang, and it's typed in my word selection. Just because it came from LA don't mean it didn't land anywhere else. I mean, whatever. I mean, we can talk. You can talk. You just understand who you're talking to. Understand, you know what I'm saying? If you say you 30 something, I'm old enough to be your dad, and I'm 56 LA Street years old. I'm 56 LA Street years old. So that's like 100 and something in dog years. Yeah, I'm a Muslim. I never believed in gang banging, black gang banging for the sake of banging. Everybody, down there, everybody from LA, Compton, Watts, everybody is from a hood. Everybody is from a certain hood. So many of us, if not most of us, did things to others and got violent with others for that hood. Banging, what's called banging is another level. That's another level. That's another dedication. So I wasn't banging my hood. You know what I'm saying? I was banging, but I wasn't banging for my hood. Like that, I should say. I never had an issue with nobody that didn't have no issue with me if you was black. And I wasn't even no Muslim. So, Madon Komet, salute.
Yo, Cam, salute.
Man, you got it. You got it. What's your thoughts, man? You just got here, or did you hear?
I've been listening in, man. It was kind of cringe listening to the brother. No disrespect to the brother. You know, I could tell he didn't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? But it was interesting that you know, I can understand his perspective. You know, he loved all people. You know, and I think that's
all people. Should all people be loved? Like, especially the race that enslaved us. Like, what have they done to want us to mix our blood and our legacy with them?
Right. I always was taught to hate the evil and love the good. So I can't love everybody, me personally, but
yeah, and we all got freedom of choice. We all got our own free will, and we could choose to do with our brain and with our body and our life what we choose. Eric said, "I love everybody, every race. I'm not into the hate thing. I'll leave that up to everybody else." Well, the race that you mix blood with is into that.
Yeah, I guess that was
the race, you know. And I saw your last name, like, so you don't seem to have much of a problem with what they did to you and your people for the last 470 years, and you don't feel the need to get out of their names. You're wearing their names, and you know how you received that name, brother Eric. Your last name is a slave name. You don't have no problem with that. They didn't enslave you because they loved you. So you still embracing the love that for them that they never had for you, to the point where you're gonna wear their name and you're gonna transfer their name to your children. You named after them, people that didn't love you and don't love you. So I don't know what God you believe in, but God hates. Yeah. God hates evil, and God hates evil people. So I don't know what God you believe in, but you know, just something I just want to throw out there as a sane adult. Sane adult hate.
Yeah, it's almost remind me of that Rodney King spirit. You know, can't we all just get along? You know,
no, we can't. No, we can't. If history ain't taught you nothing, that it should have taught you that. No, we can't just get along. We can get along by separating. That's the only way we can get along, not by integrating and mixing blood and intermarrying. No, we get along by separating. Sile 44. Peace.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Man, I'm blessed. I can't see you.
Okay. Let me okay. I'll be covering this up a lot. Give me 1 second.
There you go. I see you.
Hold up, bro. I'm walking to some light.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Take your time.
Make sure you can see, bro. All right.
Peace to you. What's good with you? What's your thoughts on this?
How you doing, bro? Oh no, I was just listening to you, and I was looking at you had something up there about, looked like somebody was like, you said that's not a real Nation of Islam posting up there. Those brothers are trying to do something like that.
No, they was talking about we not real Muslims.
Yeah, I done heard that before. That's sort of old.
Right. What's your thoughts on that? Are you NOI, or are you a Muslim?
I love the minister, bro.
Right. What's your thoughts on I guess Arab traditional Muslims, even black, even though they black, and most of them became Muslims because of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's son, Wallace, Ward-Din Muhammad, after 1975. So he took the nation from the teachings of his father and brought them into Orthodox Sunni Islam. So what's your thoughts on that?
About them going into Sunni Islam with Ward-Din Muhammad?
Well, no. What about, based on that backdrop, about them saying that what we practice and what has raised and redeemed us is not real Islam?
I mean, but Honorable Elijah Muhammad already done proved that to them, bro. I don't know how many times. I mean, that's new, right? So they know that. I mean, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad went over. How many times Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad went over there, man, talking to them scholars, right? They best. So I think he dispelled that long time ago. They accepted. I think a lot of people just a little bit upset right now with where Black people are in America. I think the whole world sort of upset with that. And you know, the nation has always been ahead of that part. I also wanted to say something about that brother that was on that you just had. I don't know his name. That was asking you some of that stuff.
Oh, brother Eric.
Yeah, that was his name. You handled that very well, bro. I don't think I can handle that like that right there. I mean, man, you got that nature about you. And you did catch a lot of stuff about him when he was saying stuff about Malcolm. Because a lot of times, Black people or whatever they want to call themselves, when they want to try to attack the nation, they always try to bring up Malcolm. They don't really know Malcolm. They don't really know, you know, about Malcolm. They never really studied like that. You know, they see Malcolm name on signs, like street signs, right? They look at that type of Malcolm that America accepted when the Caucasian liked Malcolm.
When he was dead already.
Yeah, prior to that, they did not like Malcolm. They liked Malcolm when he went over there, which is why them people playing them games again. When he came over there, when somebody wanted to accept him, you know, then okay, we like Malcolm. And
yeah, they didn't even like Malcolm while he was still alive. Even when he went over there, he only lasted 11 months.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they only had 11 months. He was prior to that, he was following and teaching and promoting the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for 11 years, 12 years. So for 12 years, he was great. He was known as Malcolm X. He didn't make no accomplishments as El Hajj Malik El Shabazz.
Right. That's right.
That only lasted 11 months.
Right. And so, but that's all you need in America. 5 minutes. All you need in America is 5 minutes to challenge the Black man that's trying to save us in America like you and the world. Right?
That's all they needed. You're right.
That's all they needed. Yeah, and when you said that, yeah. So when the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad went over there and explained that stuff to them, man, so many years ago, they know that. They just, you know, bro, like you said, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad this stuff has already been told. I mean, what the Black man doing right now, it don't even need to really be talked. We aren't even discussing this stuff. You know, a lot of the people that are discussing it are upset. They just don't like it. They're getting a different vibe from us. We're moving different, right? And they can't really understand it. You know, we don't have to answer them no more. Everybody trying to get questions. Look, when he came, bro, when you asked them, did he have a white wife or a girlfriend? I was like, whoa, he started talking about everything but that. So of course he came on trying to use Malcolm. They always use Malcolm because they think they know Malcolm. They really do think they know Malcolm.
Yeah, and the reason why, and you know, I've been doing this for so long by God permission, by Allah permission, that you're not really going to even be defensive unless you have already crossed the line, and unless you have already kind of watered yourself down by committing to the slave master's people. I knew not to ask about an Asian, or do you got an Asian wife or Asian baby mama or Mexican. I already know why you here. Your motivation for presenting that is because you want to be able to justify what you chose, how you mixed your blood, who you mixed your blood with, right? Somebody that got an Asian wife or whatever not gonna come with that energy. They're not gonna come from that spirit or that motivation. So I already knew what it was.
Yeah, and I like when you ask them who sent you, what do you read, and what do you know, and they start talking about, well, you know, I love everybody, or I'm not gonna pick nobody. I believe it's like they become real smart, right? Until you ask them, okay, where's your reference? Where's your dictionary? Where's your book? Who sent you? Then it's like, oh, well, I'm not into religion. So they never want to be checked off anything. Then they're
not into the sources of their scholars that they claim that they quoting. Okay, well, like I said, okay, the same book say that we was 3/5 of a human being and we came from monkeys. That was in a book.
Right.
So why you choose not to believe that, but you choose to believe the part about Malcolm that you want to be true. You want that part to be true because you want it to be true because of what you chose to do personally with your sperm.
Wow. I saw that. That's why I had to get on here. When I saw the I was like, wow, I wouldn't handle it that way. But I said, okay, because I'm never really on YouTube or nothing like that right there. I see the way that you present. I've seen you before. I've never really gotten on here. I had to get on here today. And so because when I heard him, I was like, okay, you know, the way brother handling that and the way he said he's still gonna support you, which is great, right? So
and I'm gonna still support him. He's not my enemy, just you know. And because we all done slipped, we all done did dirt, we all done, you know, we all worthy of being destroyed by the real righteous God. So I ain't on that page, but I got to show you that it's a price to pay for public slander or public evil suggestion. That's all.
Yes, sir. And that's what the whole thing about, to try to do something like that right there when they start talking about the FBI. Now look, these people all of a sudden believe the FBI. It's crazy, right? Okay, well, the FBI said that the FOI, I'm like, dude, you know how many books, letters, and all this stuff been written all this time? Now all of a sudden you just came with a epiphany. You want to call Cam, you want to ask him, did the FBI do something? Oh, you want to know, did the FBI do it? My goodness, bro.
Right.
He need the FBI to back him up. He don't need the FBI. What they want.
He need the FOI. You need the FOI. You don't need the FBI.
what they want and what you saw was the way they try to attack. They want to try to discredit the nation to some sort of degree. Ain't really no angle no more. You know.
Yeah.
Now that the minister been there, you know, and then they talking about not real Muslims. I'm like, dude, all you got to do is look up the definition of a Muslim. I mean, you don't need to go into a whole lot of stuff to know what a Muslim is. Talking about who's not real Muslim. Like, just read the definition. You don't need no more than that right there. We can start right there. You know, because of course in the nation, that's what they do. Want to deal with the facts, get to them real quick. You know, let's get to a point to where we can have some understanding, some reference point. But they want to start going religion. Like, man, look at them. Don't do all that. I think he said he don't believe. Then you had him saying, well, you do believe in Jesus because you said the Holy. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, you said the Father and the Son, and I wanted to speak that language because this is a God subject. You know, NOI means Nation of Islam. That's a God, so-called, you know, organized theological. So I wanted, since you said the Father and the Son, okay, I wanted to corner you on Jesus. Okay, they lied on Jesus. So all of the scribes and the Pharisees and the law people and the rabbis and the people, they all trumped up false charges on Jesus, and to the point where they crucified him, right?
Yeah.
So you talking about whatever you read is the truth, but your man that you believe is the Son of God got crucified. Matter of fact, tomorrow is
tomorrow. And we're gonna have some eggs coming down. Few bunnies. Same day he died, we're gonna celebrate.
Oh man,
it's incredible.
Yeah, man.
You handled it well. You handled it well. I don't think I could have handled that way. I'm glad I saw the way that you handled it, because I probably would have been trying to check him early on, and he probably would have just cut off the conversation. But you know, like I said, it's good that we got a lot of people out there now, brothers, that got these platforms.
Yeah,
they're talking about our people, man. They're talking about a lot of things, man. It is upsetting everybody. I love it, because I'm gonna tell you why I love it. Because really, that's what the nation been getting like forever. The nation been like the #1 target of the world forever. They always the one that if you bad, if you throw the nation in there, you'll look good. I don't care how bad you are, you black. Say something about the nation or the minister. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Now you just a little bit better. Please, whatever you do, don't like them. Now the Arabs, you say the Arabs running around saying that again. I'm like, oh my goodness, not real Muslims?
Man,
I mean, what do you have to do?
That's how you know we must be having an effect, because if we on your mouth like that, if our name is in your mouth, that means our numbers or our impact or influence must be too great, and you need to slander us. You need to talk bad about us. We out here just talking about waking our people up. We don't even bring up Arab Muslims to black people in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why are you bringing us up? Because you didn't help wake us up. You didn't come wake us up.
No doubt. Yeah. It's funny. But I like it. You know, I like it because when I watch you and I watch some of them other brothers, they got different platforms, but they talk about the same thing. And when I see them, I'm like, everybody, all of us are getting attacked by everybody. Other types of black people that didn't say they were black said that they was a nation. Well, I'm Jamaican. I'm anything but I'm black. But now they just basically like, it's like black people now. Look, bro, because I want to say that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the Son of Man is supposed to come out of the West in the end, right?
Yeah.
Then what are we doing? You know what I'm talking about? Because that's a fact. Why you looking into it? That's why they upset too. Everything that he said. Because look at it right now. They hell at the black man all over the world, in America. Just like that book, right, bro? Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, the black man, and in smaller letters, it says in America.
But they most so they're not mad if they can bring you into their mind or into their religion or their theology or their interpretation. The Bible say you specific ones will be hated of all men for my name's sake. What name? It's 2 billion Christians. So you're not talking about the name of Jesus. You're not hated by all men for the name of Jesus, because 2 billion of y'all is agreeing and embracing that name. But let you say Farrakhan or Elijah or Farad and see if you get hated by all men.
They love it. That's the part they think they can attack, and it's like, nah, you really can't attack none of that stuff, because like you said, we're your scholars, you call for all of them. I'm like, how many times does the nation got to do this, man? It's like, and every time they do it, just everybody just go quiet. Come, okay, then, well, we friends now. We're gonna move on past that part. Like, okay, if that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if that's what you want to do, because you really came to really thought you was gonna do something that never has been done. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad didn't lead that thing like that. He didn't lead that thing for you to be able to come back later on and do something. He left it open now, like, if you just read the message to the black man in America, by the way, and if you just flip over the back, what they saying about the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and them magazines, proud all these, what this stuff, this phone I got, all these computers and all that stuff, and what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was saying, you're gonna find when you get to the moon, and all that stuff that's there now. You know, I'm looking at these folks like, y'all through, because you done put all your stuff on a phone. You can put all your stuff and find out just how much you don't have anything left. Y'all done came so much at this stuff, at the nation, at the black man, so much till like now you can just look it up. Now you got to have 2 things and you try to destroy it so bad that you left with nothing. They left with nothing. They don't have no arguments no more. They just mad. Like the brother said, I love everybody. That's when they end up with that. You remember that's what the minister be talking about. When they come there with I love everybody stuff, you know it's over now. Because they want us to accept them now. But you know, gotta accept that. You gotta what? Be yourself.
Yeah, accept your own and be yourself. Accept your own, not accept everybody. How you know, you can't, it's impossible to love everybody. That's impossible. That's a lie. Yeah. That's a lie.
He don't love everybody. He just got his little, well, he if you got a woman that, you know what I'm saying, that's of course he want to try to do something, but it's like, you know, that's your issue. You shouldn't jump out there trying to attack other issues then. If that's your issue, if that right there is your core.
But it's his own nature. It's his own nature. He had conflict. His own self-accusing spirit knows that you chose wrong. You know that you're wrong, and you feel comfort, or you know, you might feel a little pacifier if you can find a Muslim or somebody that look like they got more dirt than, or they made a bigger mistake than what you made, right? You know, misery loves company. But once you see that, you know, these brothers and sisters over here is discipline. We're disciples. You know what I'm saying? So we stand on our discipline and we don't waver. Even if we slip, we gonna confess and say, I made a mistake. I accident, you know, I messed up and smashed a white girl, and you know, I did the crime. I'm gonna do the time. But you trying to justify it like it's okay.
Right. So, and she probably would be okay with him standing up like that.
She would respect him even more, but it's not. She came up. It's a come up for her.
Right.
You just sold your, you know what I'm saying? You just allowed her and her nature into the kingdom. You gave her some divine melanin, some chosen black man, chosen people of God DNA to mix with somebody that wasn't worthy of that. She came up, you came down. I don't fault no white person for locking down a black descendant of slave. That was the most intelligent white people on the planet. If you can get you a black man or woman, you came all the way up. But if you're a black man and woman descendant of slave and you got you a former slave master descendant, baby mama or baby daddy, it's the opposite.
That's crazy. Well, maybe that's the way he really felt, because he said he watch you all the time, so he's not confused. So if he watch you all the time, I'm like, okay, so you come on here and that's the first thing you do is get caught up. The brother is literally saying, do you got I ain't never seen that too many times before where somebody said, who's your lady? You know, somebody just all of a sudden, who's your lady? He's like, well, you know, it don't really matter. I don't understand. And I was like, I didn't see that to ask them that.
What is it? Yeah, in the Bible, according to the Bible, they call the Nephilim, right? You heard what they say, the Nephilim, or they say giants. It was giants in those days, like when the sons of God saw the daughters of men. That's just talking about race mixing. The black males saw this new Adamic race, females, and opposites attract, and they started smashing them, and they produced children, right? And the children was called giants, and they was mighty men or renowned or whatever, but they had an appetite, or they had a nature that neither parent knew how to satisfy, right? So that's the issue that we dealing with today. Like, if you don't have a knowledge of yourself, and if you blind to the knowledge of your recessive self, your weak self that was dormant in you, that we call devil or Caucasian, then you don't have a knowledge of the tree of good and evil. We had a knowledge of good, but we didn't know nothing about that dormant opposite nature that was hidden in us, right? And we love the low level under netherworld pleasures that opposite race is willing to do to us, right? Yeah. They're willing to appeal to the lower appetites and the lower pleasures, and we ain't never had no people to do that. And it don't mean that that's going to be our wife, but you might have just slipped and smashed one, and that's your baby mama. Wow. That don't mean that that's who you chose as your wife, but you done did something that you created a Nephilim, you created a giant, you created something with a nature that you don't know either one. You don't know your own black nature enough, and you don't know their nature, let alone do you know that mulatto nature or what to do with that. You don't even know how to teach them. So you want to get up here and protect them, or justify them and go against the nation or go against Malcolm or whatever to make it feel like I don't have to put my child or no mulatto child and make them choose or whatever. But we crossed the line and forced that issue.
So he called you, or he got on here to basically, what was his actual point for calling?
What he was saying was, is it not true that the NOI was in cahoots with the CIA to get rid of Malcolm X? And then I was like, I didn't even get really that far, because I was like, okay, are you saying that COINTELPRO plants are real FOI? Because he gave me an example about the Black Panthers or whatever. So if it was COINTEL agents in the Black Panthers, and they was responsible for feuding and setting up the Huey P. Newton and giving the information over Fred Hampton and getting such and such assassinated, were those real Black Panthers? Are you going to say the Black Panthers killed the Black Panthers?
Right.
Or was that the CIA? Was that the government that sent their people in there to try to do whatever? But that wasn't even the case with Malcolm. If the Honorable Elijah Muhammad clearly said, hands off Malcolm, don't touch Malcolm, Allah is going to deal with Malcolm. That's right. Anybody that disobeyed Elijah, was you really with Elijah? His whole thing is about obedience, submission, not submission to a ghost, submission to a man. We submit our will and our desire. I don't care what I want to do with Malcolm. This is the messenger of God in the flesh. We don't believe in spooks. If he said hands off, hands off. I don't care what you want to do. You ain't no vigilante or whatever. You ain't that. If he told Malcolm be quiet, I don't care what Malcolm wanted to do. If he told you don't even don't. So that's all gibberish. That's all this emotional weak excuses that people just want to push out there because they don't want to accept that level of discipline on their own life. The FOI makes you look weak. The FOI is like a mirror that shows you how undisciplined and how weak you are. And you want to blame it on Elijah. He was a dirty old man and he had, underage girls and all this kind of like, yeah, okay. Yeah. We can go there too. We can go wherever you want to go.
I'm glad it's here, because so many people, they love that part. It's like, I got something now, about the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Don't even know, like, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad had a title, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And not only did he have a title, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that he met God and he came. So look, it's your obligation now to either like dispel that, because there's so many people that came that said that stuff, right? So many people that came that said, okay. But the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he said that. Not only did he say that, but he the one who produced Malcolm X, man. And I'm saying he the one who made Malcolm X. There was no such thing as a Malcolm X. Malcolm X was doing stuff. Malcolm X was in jail. Went to jail actually, right? Doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, for a lot of stuff. And that it just so happened that same subject of polygamy, that wasn't pimping. Malcolm X went to jail for pimping. But it's no coincidence that same subject, that he got cleaned up from is what took him down by slandering it, or slandering his leader. But it's still gonna come, like you said, it's gonna come down to the works. You can tell a tree by the fruit that it bears. You can tell a man or the quality of man or a woman by their works. What Islam, what Christianity, what Judaism, what Israelite doctrine, what has raised and cleaned and redeemed and unified and made healthy the descendants of slaves more than the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and his teaching?
Nobody. And that's a fact. So, and that's the problem with them. That is the problem. It's like, that's the problem. So since that's the problem, they want to start trying to attack it any kind of way they want to attack the nation. They want to do that because when you ask that question when you said that about these people that's doing this slander, you said, well, bring your scholars, bring who you believe that's doing this for you, to have done anything for anyone else, like the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad did. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad got books, right, that he wrote. I don't even think the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad did he even graduate school? How long did he go?
No. He got past the third grade. He only went to part of the fourth grade in 1905 or 1906. Sandersville, Georgia elementary school, slave elementary school.
It's this unheard. Look, they don't even look. You can't even fathom that, man. I'm talking about the third grade. He was already smart. He was already smart. He was smarter than almost everybody else in the third grade. And you hear that a lot about great teachers, how soon they would just grasp it. They knew it. He knew who he was the whole time. But somebody, of course, going to tell you, okay. And look, and then they play that game. But Master Muhammad said, I came here looking for my uncle.
Right. So he admitted
nobody else do that. That's why he cleared all that stuff for these folks. Said, look, I came here looking for my uncle.
Yeah. So he called him uncle. He gave us a genetic authority or genetic superior rank over himself. My father's brothers. I came here, my father's brothers, they don't even know that they my uncle.
And that's real. The books that he got, The Fall of America, all these books that he has and that he's written. And they still playing games. It's like, man, no matter how much you stand out on that street corner and try to get people and do stuff, and all the stuff you doing, what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he talked to Martin Luther King. You know what I'm talking about? These people talking about, well, throwing out Malcolm. They be throwing out Malcolm and Martin Luther King like they knew him and talked to him. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, he said Malcolm used to talk to Martin Luther King. Look, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad named Muhammad Ali.
I mean, he named all of us. That was the great. I mean, it's no question. It's no contest. The greatest the single-handed spiritual and mental godfather of the black nation, of the descendants of slaves. Nobody else. We're not taking away nothing. Nobody that came and played their part like Noble Drew Ali or Marcus Garvey or Deuce Ali, I think his name. But did none of them do what the Messiah did? I mean, he more than the Messiah. Actually, fulfills what Moses is. He became a god, and he's a god right now. And this is an article of faith and belief on our part. We believe that he's physically alive. A lot of people don't. You believe in a 2,000-year-old white man that didn't have a biological father. So
they'll believe in Donald Trump like that too next.
Right. So I
he
think
can be dead for 20 years. They'll still stay alive, and he's fine though.
Yeah, so let's line up our beliefs, and I'm talking about the Orthodox Muslims. What do y'all believe the Messiah? Y'all believe the Messiah is 2,025 years old too. Y'all believe that Jesus didn't have no biological father too. Y'all right there with the Christians. So let's line it up. Let's publicly line it up and put, see whose beliefs is the craziest, whose beliefs sound the craziest.
Right.
And then let's test it. Then let's call for the showdown. Let's invoke the curse of Allah on the liars publicly. You the real Muslims? Okay, let's both pray in the name of Allah, in the name of his prophet or his messenger, whoever you believe in, and have your God, your Allah curse me and us, or me, not even us, just curse me. And I'm going to have my Allah curse you. Right. And see what happened.
I would love to see it because, like I said, we already know where they're going. We know where they're going. They don't have many more. Man, most of the Elijah already did this. See, that's the thing that's wrong with these folks. Everybody want to forget stuff all of a sudden. It's like y'all know y'all have not forgotten this. You're just mad about it again. You upset again. You want to have that argument. And the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, man, look here, his impact. Just listen to me. Just his impact alone, right? The way the teachings have been taught. It's like, man, it's natural. It's on overdrive. It's like a natural thing for us to know him and love him. Mm-hmm. Look, everybody loves the Minister Farrakhan, even if they mad.
That's right.
They still love him. They don't really want to mess with him. They don't know what to do about him, right? But they know, in a lot of ways, they say, I love him. I just don't like the fact that he's not doing some of the stuff that I want. If he could just accept a little bit of this and they would turn that way and do that. Yeah, but that's why the most honorable Elijah man is who he is.
Yeah.
He's not going to turn. He had to tell them that so long ago. Here they go again, talking about they want to go through this. It's like, but you're going to have the same argument. You didn't win then. Yeah. Then y'all came back and y'all like, oh, yeah, they Muslims. They say they're Muslim now. They could tell the most honorable Elijah Muhammad he was a Muslim. Most honorable Elijah went over there and man.
But what
believe in the way he was talking to them at first? Like okay, he was because he said I think he could say I could have just brought just 2 books with me.
Yeah, but that's the icing on the cake. In the late, in the late 50s, early 60s, late 50s, that's when he the one told Malcolm that no devils are supposed to be allowed in Mecca. No devils are allowed in Mecca, right? But he also knew, what that really meant. You know what I'm saying? Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he taught was a white man. He wasn't considered a devil. If you submit to the nature of the original black man, which is called Islam, then you can't be called a devil. You can be called a white person or a Muslim or a believer, but faith is a bad, evil is a bad name after faith. If you taking your shahada but they don't know that Islam is the nature of the black man. They don't know that. They think Islam is just a ritual, traditional, whatever.
But the prophet told them. They don't like that he told them that. They don't like the fact that Prophet Muhammad told them that stuff. They keep on trying to skim over that stuff. They keep trying to skim over that stuff. Because you remember, Minister Farrakhan said on the thing one time, he said, racism and white supremacy has I think he said, poison the bloodstream of Islam.
Yeah, hijacked all the 3 major religions.
Yeah. So
you can't go nowhere without white supremacy, Satan in control, and they corrupting the interpretation of God's books.
Right. So they know this stuff, but they want to have it. They want to have it both ways. They don't want to really upset people, but they want to backstab. They want to backbite. They want to stab in the back because they want to try to make the nation look bad. It's like you're not gonna be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? You can try because like a lot of people waiting on you to do that. Like, come on, bring it on. I mean, you got a lot of people that love the minister, man. They just have no idea. All my kids love him. We do. So
yeah. I mean, and even if they don't love them, they have to respect them. And they have to respect. You don't have to love them because love is love is just a feeling to most people. We know love to be a duty. Love means duty to us, but to them, okay, they just respect them. You know what I'm saying? Because if you loved them, you would be with them. If you loved them, you would be with them. So they respect him. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. But our job, is to, we're reproductions of Master Fard Muhammad's wisdom, which he said is our wisdom.
That's right.
He is the record book or the living library that preserved and untapped back into our trillions of year old God history and God power that he's revealing, returning back to us. We're reclaiming the knowledge and the power of our original God self.
Yes, sir.
So, love it or hate it, this is revelation. The Quran itself said, none knows the Quran's interpretation. Y'all don't know the Quran's interpretation. None knows it but Allah. And those firmly rooted in knowledge say we believe in it. We believe, but we still don't know. We're not going to know until he send his Messiah. And his Messiah going to teach us the true, deep meaning and interpretation of the Quran and Islam and all of that. Y'all going around the Kaaba doing Hajj and doing these, rituals. You don't even know what that means. You don't know what that black house that everybody on the planet it has to come and revolve around and pay honors and respect. What does that black house represent? Who does that black house represent?
Yeah.
Who is Abraham? It's you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
he
sir.
said, I'm black and comely. I'm black and beautiful.
That's what they don't like. See, bro, that's what they don't like. It's like soon they get to that part right there, or anything else like lukewarm people. When I think Prophet Muhammad said, "Go to where lukewarm people is a black man."
Yeah.
Said that's the one. Basically, I'm getting it from him. I'm getting it from the black man. Islam came from the black man. The prophet told them that. They skip over that part. Every time you find parts like that right there, it's like, okay, but that's not really what he meant. So see, this is what we got, like the brother that came on with you. Oh, well, everybody. Soon as you get to something like that right there, this thing just started spanning to everybody. Then you don't know what color nobody is until somebody tell you, like, Jesus used to be white. Now don't nobody care what color he is.
Now his color don't matter. Once it's proven that he black, now his color don't matter.
And that's why I love the minister, man. Because those facts just come on, like as soon as you see them doing this stuff, they don't like the books no more. Now burn them, get rid of them, get rid of all of that stuff, because that part right there, we don't need to know that, because we need to love everybody. It's like, well, then why you need to change the book then? That book is old. You don't think the person that wrote it or had something to do with it liked it then? Now you think that part right there is the worst part for you. It's always the worst part for you when that stuff end up talking about the black man. Then the most honorable Elijah Mama brought that thing, said, no, it's coming out of the West. Where I'm at. This is where this all going down now. So, either y'all can follow me. Matter of fact, he said all this stuff is gonna be fulfilled. And then then Minister Louis Farrakhan came and it's like, okay, man, what else y'all want? Y'all see what it is. This is not a game. You know what it is, and the churches and everything else. Christians, they know how much they care about the minister. Man, the minister have been so many churches. How many churches had a minister ever been in, man? I mean, he go in them churches and they used to look, in the 90s, bro, they used to be shaking his hand and everything, you know what I'm saying? Coming there, hugging him. Today some of them a little bit scared, but they know what it is. The minister be in, he done went to synagogues. He done been everywhere.
Right. So, and on that synagogue piece, even though, like I said, Prophet Muhammad, you can't run that on us like we hate white people, because we're wearing the name of the prophet that we say is the greatest and seal of he is the last of the prophets. He ain't the last of the messengers, and he ain't the Messiah.
Right.
But Prophet Muhammad is the greatest and last prophet, right? So we can't have no problem with white people. So I had this dude Sarnetta was saying so Minister Farrakhan he kissed a white Jew on the cheek, on both cheeks, like how's he kissing the synagogue of Satan? I was like, no, who said he was the synagogue of the Satan? It's the white Orthodox Jewish rabbis, the old ones, call him the Messiah.
They sure did.
So those he clearly make a distinction about the actual synagogue of Satan that say that they Jews versus the white Ashkenazi real rabbis and real Jewish people that follow the Torah, that acknowledge him as being correct and accurate, and they leave an empty seat for Elijah every year during they ceremonies. So we're not talking about that. Why wouldn't I kiss? If I would kiss Prophet Muhammad on the cheek like Muslims do, cheek to cheek, that's what that means. Well, he acting like it's like on some rainbow stuff or something. So all that old little slick slander and all of that, that's why I'm calling for Showdown curses publicly. I ain't talking about physically touching y'all, but I'm a God by God's will. He gave us all a rod and a staff, meaning some mental powers. You got them, I got them. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said way back in the 70s, at a certain point in the 70s, 1 out of every 100 people of us would be able to, tune in and make certain things happen. What causes and what brings rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. A spook don't do that. You do that. You do that, and you just don't know you do that. You don't know that you are the weapon, or you had a power over the forces of nature that you can direct them against your enemies.
Wow.
So I'm about experimenting with that. I'm a scientist. I'm in my chemistry lab, I'm saying, on a regular basis.
Hey, well, I tell you like this, bro. I did subscribe today. So whenever you do that, I'm gonna be tuned in. I'm gonna hit whatever that button is that you say when you come on again, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a pleasure meeting you, bro. To jump on here and just hey man, come in here and just like I said, when I saw that, I was like, what did I just come across? I wasn't looking for you. You popped up on the screen. I was on there and it came up and I saw you because I seen you before. And so I said, okay, what is this thing? And then I heard somebody say, well, look, they going after the nation. I was like, man, okay, what's new? But then when I saw that, I was like, really? The Arabs for real? I don't think they really want to do this. So,
they don't.
But I love it though. You know what I'm saying? You're the perfect boy out. Like I said, plenty of brothers can do it. But
right, that's right.
I love to see you do it because, like I said, your temperament. They're not gonna knock me off my square. I know I get there, but I'll be like, I'm not gonna sit there and listen to that right there. I get probably a little street form that be happy. But the way that you handle that one brother, you know what I'm saying? It was very, very good because we need that a lot of times when you have people like I saw the other day, like that dude Gilly from Philly. Got up there talking about stuff like that, like, bro, you don't get it. You know what I'm saying? You really don't get it. Who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? You don't understand what you're doing, like the way that you handle him. Say maybe you could learn something, bro. You know what I'm saying? You need to understand why we're here, where our people at right now, and why we're here. You should be blessed to be alive right now, and to be able to see that. And you talking about our people, bro. That's dangerous right now, you know what I'm saying, for the world, because we don't care nothing about that, yo. We don't care about all the rest of the people that's saying that stuff. It's like, look, we have no time for this stuff. None. We've already argued this stuff, we've already proven this stuff, and we now dictating to y'all. And y'all used to dictating to us. We are very humble people. We giving everything in this country. Our people have gave everything, and they are not grateful, like the Quran said, and you'll find most of them ungrateful. They are ungrateful. They don't really understand us because they know us. That's why they try to play us all the time. And they come here and they do that. And it's like, well, we're not having that no more. I was like, hey, we're not having it. Don't get upset because we're not having it. We're not having this stuff at all. You don't talk to our people like that right there for no reason. Just because you say talking about our people are in a place where you're gonna go get some food may not be as professional. Like, bro, you can't be doing. Then you need to go help them be professional. You need to go help them yourself be professional because we're not on that time. We got enough enemies. You know, we got enough enemies. If you want to join and be that enemy, then you're gonna find a whole lot more people than you ever. Because now they're saying, "Oh, we know who they are now. They always been like this." I thought they said we never stuck together. Now they saying they was always like that. But no, you can go around the world and they say black people never stick together. That's what they've been saying forever. Now they saying they've been doing that forever. It's like, yeah. Now they see.
Or they say I don't do organized religion, or I don't do black organizations. Right. Like, so do you want us to be unified? You want us to be together, or you don't want to be together? Like, which one is it? So, but yeah, I appreciate you, bro. Do you got a social media or something that we can follow you on? Are you on Instagram or anything?
I don't got nothing.
Well, just stay on here. So, am I pronouncing your name right, Sile, or?
Bro, that name right there have been on there since 2014. I just started getting on YouTube and this stuff in 2017 because my kids I graduated and stuff. Yeah. So I just wanted to see my name Gerald, by the way, bro.
Oh, okay, yes, sir.
That right there is like my middle name, because I had, when I was trying to, I guess you come up with a name or something and do stuff. My kids showed me how to do this. So when they did that, that's like my middle name, the way it started, and just my pops when he was born in 44. So I just came up with something. I didn't know. It was a hard time getting on here because I still don't know this stuff. So I don't know the password. I had to get on there 4 times just to get in and talk to you because it's still new. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on what is the X or Twitter.
Yeah, it don't matter. As long as you over here, anytime that you see me on, you know, I know we both kind of long-winded and we kind of talk for a while, but I love to hear that. I love not being the only one to talk. So I love to be able to sit back and listen to, you know, somebody feed me for a change, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, brother.
So, but yeah, much love, brother Gerald. And anytime, like I said, anytime that you see me on, you know, if you feel like hopping on and contributing, man, you got VIP with me. We don't have to agree on everything, but you know, I just love you, brother. Allah is in the person of you, and I don't worship a mystery ghost or God or nothing like that. So I just wanted to tell you that. And you know, Mikasa is Chukasa.
I might not be jumping on too much because you got it. Like I said, when I saw what you're doing, bro, I just probably go back to listening. Because like I said, you know, Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, you know, one of the best titles is student, bro.
Yeah, and brother.
A lot of people got a problem with that stuff, you know what I'm saying, being a student, but that's a great title, you know.
Yeah, brother is even greater.
And that's even better.
I want to just be your brother, and your brother's student brother is even greater. So I'm way down here. I ain't better than nobody else.
Hey, bro, but somebody got to do it. You know what I'm saying? And when they do it, and I think now that we see brothers that's doing that stuff now, cause we all on the same page. We don't need a lot of stuff, you know, because now we got to start trying to protect and sort of backing up some of our people that's been doing that now and coming to help protect them. Because man, basically, man, you like at the tip of the spear with this stuff. Because of course you're gonna get a lot of hate. You're gonna get a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna get it because I'm not on there. I'm not hearing them. They probably going after me just for talking to you. I'm not gonna hear it because I don't got the stuff. So it's not gonna bother me at all. But somebody like you that's standing and doing that right there, I think a lot of our people now, man, are trying to protect them. But these people don't understand that we don't get no instructions for that. We already got it. We got our marching orders now, and that now is to look at each other and try to protect each other. And like I said, when I jumped on here because I thought somebody was getting it wrong, I don't do this. So I already know.
That let you know what spirit, what time it is, what season it is.
Yes, sir. And then the way that you handled it, it's just great because I know you probably got people in the chat and they saw the way you handled that. They probably follow you more with your demeanor and things like that right there. You're not playing games, but at the same time, man, you know, I know how to deal with our people. Our people, man, we deserve this stuff now. And these folks got to understand, we don't care what they think. We getting it from each other. We are respecting each other. And that's what it's about.
Man, Brother Gerald, like I said, you know, my honor, my pleasure, man. Thank Allah for you. And like I said, anytime you see me on, inshallah, man, you know, you gotta open door policy.
I may come back.
Yes,
keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace.
Yes, sir.
Man, salute. Beautiful, beautiful. And then salute brother Eric Black, you know what I'm saying? And we all know, you know what I'm saying, black men, we bump heads, but we got to kind of tussle and scrap a little bit first. And Brother Eric might be the most righteous, zealot, warrior, soldier, you know what I'm saying, for his people that we ever seen. So we're not throwing nobody in the trash, but, you know, we got to test and try and put pressure on everybody because it's wartime. But salute Eric, you know, Eric Black, you know what I'm saying? I ain't your judge, you know what I'm saying? I ain't your creator. You ain't got to return to me. You ain't got to answer to me. But, you know, real men sharpen men like steel sharpen steel. And I'm going to hold you accountable no matter what. And I expect you to hold me just as accountable no matter what. But it's all love. It's all respect, you know. So I don't want nobody to get at him the wrong kind of way or nothing like that. We're not here for that. It's just certain lines of respect and understanding that need to be established. But I know, you know, I know his nature. I know he a god. I know he a warrior and soldier by nature. So it's just about speaking that language to him and letting him know that I ain't on no emotional time. I defend, you know, my God. I defend my Messiah, you know what I'm saying, all the way. But I don't need to, you know, try to throw my people in the trash. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I just appreciate y'all as well. I appreciate y'all for sticking it out with me and tolerating these conversations. You know what I mean? Because we're not here to destroy our people. Shit, if we're gonna be destroyed, we're gonna destroy ourselves. We're gonna destroy each other. And brother and Eric, yeah, I see it. Show Eric, like you said, you know, we already been doing the greatest job at destroying each other. And I be on here all the time saying, you know, defending Ye. Everybody be like, Ye sold out or Candace Owens sold out. No, they the most revolutionary for black people on media, in the media period right now. Ye got two white baby mama or one white baby mama ex-wife. Candace Owens is pregnant right now with her fourth child by a white British Catholic dude. But they the most intelligent, most righteously vicious at attacking the real enemy, the real, you know, the real beast. So I trust and believe. I ain't throwing you in the trash like that, Eric. If anything, that's probably what you're gonna be motivated to do. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get up close, once you done mixed or whatever and dealt with enough of them, then you're not fascinated by them no more. You really like, damn, you know, I need to go on and make up for lost time. I need to go on and compensate and really push this other side, this other line. Pro-black don't mean anti-white. Pro-black does not mean anti-white or anti-nothing else. Pro-black is just natural, self-preservation, self and kind first. It's like putting an oxygen mask, you know, you're going through turbulence or the plane, you know, you got to take care of self first. And then once you're strong enough and you get your wits back, and then you can start helping others and loving others or whatever. But we the ones most in need of love because we most mentally destroyed. And like Kanye, like I said, Kanye, that's why he was wearing the black KKK uniform, because he was trying to demonstrate what Eric Black was saying, us being we worse on ourselves or each other than white people are right now. So Eric is right. Eric is right about that part. You know what I'm saying? And I understand why he would push that line and push me and see and test me and see. So I ain't got no issue with Eric like that. And I don't want y'all to have no issue with him neither, because we all works in progress. I used to be the biggest opponent of the nation in these teachings. I used to be a hard head, biggest opponent of the NOI teaching. So God had patience with me, and so I got to have the same kind of patience with anybody else, because I see something in us that, you know, that a lot of people don't see. So that's it. But Madon, thank you for your patience. My YouTube correspondent on these streets, man, letting us run our mouths forever and ever.
Nah, well, you know, it's always good to hear brothers build, man. And, you know, the way I see it is, you know, with these conversations, through the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding it, to me, it's helping us put on a full armor, or the whole armor of the Most High. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I enjoy it. I love when other brothers come up here and build and give their expressions. And because what the brother was saying was real, especially about just what both of y'all were saying, because even mentioning, man, I get pushed back just by saying most honorable. Like,
yeah.
Oh,
Like,
what's honorable? What's honorable about him? You know, I mean, so it's like,
yeah.
Yes,
But, you know, and it's open. It's open. None of us has to agree with everything, and I don't even expect to agree. It's a lot of stuff that I didn't agree with. Like I said, the Nation or Elijah Muhammad or Malcolm X or Farrakhan when I first started studying and practicing Islam. And then even when I'm seasoned, after I'm 10 years or maybe 20 years in it, certain things that Minister Farrakhan did that I didn't like, but I couldn't say that they was wrong. It just upset me, right? And one of them had to do with him, you know, shaking hands or whatever, being cordial with Schwarzenegger, Arnold Schwarzenegger, right after Tookie, you know, after he did the execution on Tookie Williams. And it don't mean that he was wrong. It's just I wasn't familiar with that level of maturity. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I wanted an emotional reaction, like, you know what I'm saying, or emotional, like don't even shake your hand or whatever. But I understand differently his title, Farrakhan's title. If y'all any of y'all familiar with the story that he ever told about one of his, you know, astral travel, out of body vision experiences, or, you know, his remote, whatever, you know, his God power experiences with the Pope. I'm not going to go into the full thing, but, you know, he was able to travel, you know, in out of body state to Rome, to the Pope, and had a discussion with the Pope about the identity of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and about his own identity, and about some efforts or some demonstrations that the Pope, you know, after he had that, you know, he went back and told the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, because the Pope tried to offer him something and said, here, give this to him, give this to Elijah, right? And then once Farrakhan told Elijah the whole experience and the whole vision and the conversation, he said, yes, brother, he's trying to make peace with me, but I'm going such and such him anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't about being emotional and cussing somebody out or whatever. If you know you have the power of life and death, and to destroy a person's soul, you know, somebody that can destroy the body and soul. God made devil and keeps the devil alive and keeps the devil or Satan here for a reason. It's not our emotional desire. It's not based on our emotional, ignorant desires. Satan has a function, a divine function, especially at the end of Satan's time. These Satans have a divine function. They like magnets or fly paper, or, you know what I'm saying? They're designed to lure and attract whoever would be lured and attracted to them. This is the final trash day. So if you gonna use your free will and your attention and your energy to go pay attention and give your attention and give your energy and your time to what the Satans is saying and doing and offering you, then you're gonna go out with them. If you're gonna trust Fauci, you're gonna obey Fauci, you're gonna vote for Biden, you're gonna believe, you're gonna put your whole God power energy, knowing the history of the Nation of Islam and the history of, you know, what you claim to know about God and prophecy, but you're gonna spend your time giving these people, your destroyers, your open enemies, all your time and your attention, your energy, then you need to go with them. So this is God's using devils and Satans to separate the people. If you want to be with America, you believe in America, you believe in integrating and voting your way in and this and that, and you don't believe in exodus and separating from them like the nation been doing, that's what time it is. And we at the end of that now. So if you still trying to hold on to them, then that's your choice. You're going to get what comes from that. So my job is just to try to lay it out there and make you understand it as clear as possible. What we used to get away with, we are not getting away with it no more. Grace is up. 2025 is the end of the grace that we've been enjoying all our life. All our life. The end of grace is 2025. So what used to work, it will not work no more. What, what sins and crimes and violations that we used to be pardoned for, and we thought we got away with because nothing happened to us, so we think we can keep getting away with it. Never again. That's over with. All you gotta do is test it. Just test it and see. But go ahead, Madon. I know I'd be talking.
Oh no, man. I'm just soaking up the game, man. You feel me? I'm trying. I ain't trying to cut your wisdom. You feel me? I'm just hey man, I'm just listening, man. You know what I mean? You dropping jewels. You know what I'm saying? You definitely giving enlightenment, man. You know what I mean? So.
And I'm not charging for it. You don't got to pass no collection plate. You don't got to believe in what I'm saying. My job is just to deliver the information or the messages clearly that you understand them. What you do with it is your business. Your blood is off my hands. It's not that I don't care about you, but if you think you don't need, this information, or you don't need this guidance, or you cool, whatever, all right. But I promise you that I'm not lying to you, and it's only one way to find out, and that's time. Time is going to prove it, and that's why I come on here with people that, if they publicly stepping out there and aggressing against us verbally, then I can't wait to prove it. I can't wait to show and prove this God power business, this miracle is God business. It ain't debate. I don't want to debate. I just want to say, line it up. Make your God curse me right now, and I'm gonna ask mine to curse you. My God is in me, and my God is backing me up. But I want you to agree to it. And if these people don't agree, then why are you talking about us, but you ain't willing to talk with us? You ain't willing to line up these fades that we can prove once and for all whose God is the real God. Why y'all scared to do that individually? You're not scared to individually slander us and write books and do podcasts and all that and type in my chat I'm gonna come to where we at in person. Like, why is all these conditions and all these different rules and excuses all of a sudden?
Facts.
All you gotta do is show up just like this, like anybody else. Show up 3, 4, 5 minutes at the max, and prove your real Allah God. Prove your real Allah is the real Allah, like the Quran say, do. Yeah. But no, you gotta come to where we at in person.
Oh man, yeah, that's yeah. I saw you talking on building on that, man. That was kind of interesting that they wanted you to come somewhere, and it's like what? It's like YouTube. The good thing about YouTube is it's like impromptu. It's like you can just pop up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. So I feel what you're saying, man. It seems like a bunch of excuses. And if you're gonna say that our teaching is wrong, basically you telling us we got the idea of God is wrong and our old concept of God is wrong. So that's a challenge, man. That you putting out through a book.
I mean, it ain't. I know y'all be tired of me. I don't know, man, because I be tired of me. I'm tired of having to. I just want somebody that's supposed to be sane and that has a following. I don't want no 5150, patient, like, no mental illness patient that, I'm not going to do that with you. I want somebody that actually got a following and that's supposed to be organized and have, a whole institution backing you up. Like these people, they call themselves sheikhs or whatever this is, Rashid, Barbie, Masjid, such and such. That's what I want. Me against all of y'all. That's what I want. Not trying to shine on my own because it ain't me, but I seen it. I'm calling it out because I got a little YouTube social media presence or industry presence or whatever. So I want to use what's left of my so-called rap industry fame or whatever to do that, like Muhammad Ali did. Muhammad Ali was known for fighting the war in Vietnam, the U.S. government. That's what made him the greatest of all time. It wasn't his boxing record because he lost 5 fights. He didn't have no undefeated boxing record. What made him the greatest is what he did with his celebrity and the fights that he was fighting outside of the ring. Yeah. That's what I'm interested in. And these call them ninjas. These people don't want to show up. They want to do it's just goofiness. So we'll see if they show up. Let me check my DM see if my man responded or not. No, he didn't. It just says seen 1 hour ago where I said, are you willing to get on live stream with me tonight, right now? I shouldn't have to fly to where y'all are in person, right? It just say seen 1 hour ago. he didn't type no response.
He probably ran from that one.
Yeah.
All down to the side and
you muffled a little, Madonna.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. It seems like you ran from, you know what I mean? No reply. I mean, well, I don't know. But
yeah, it wasn't no reply. So let me see if I can share my screen. Oh no, it ain't even up. So yeah, I ain't even got it up.
But I definitely feel where you're coming from, man, because like I said, man, I be on these panels. These brothers talk. Even today, earlier, I was at work and I just happened to jump on while, I'll be chilling at work sometime. And, I mean, greasy. I bring up anything about the nation. I mean, greasy. But these are the same dudes I've invited over here at least 8, 9, 20, 10 times. But it goes to show me, it just shows, man, they scared. That's the bottom line, man, because like I said, they talk so bad about the nation that it's like, yo, I mean,
do they got any followings? Do they got like a big number of followers?
With the one brother, he got a decent enough follow. Sometimes he had like 100, 200 viewers from time to time.
And he's like a comedic. What is he?
Well, he's an atheist.
Oh yeah. See, I don't want to do no atheist shit. Like yeah. So what's his problem? Like, so his problem is against any god, right?
Right, against any god. But he got real smoke with the NOI. It's the same dude I've been telling you about, bro. But he won't. He ain't gonna pull up, man. He gonna, you know what I mean? Because I be beating.
I'm just saying maybe I could pull up over there, but if he don't even believe in God, I'm not gonna waste my time chasing an atheist.
Right. Yeah.
I want somebody that claims God so we can run this God challenge. But if you don't believe in God, if my God do something to you, you're not even gonna acknowledge that it was God that did it.
Right. Well, you might want to pull up on Bro Sanchez. I might holler because he disagreed with the NOI.
He believe in God.
Yeah, he believe in some type of God. I think it's a spook God. But yeah.
Yeah, well, anybody that believes in God that got that kind of smoke, whatever, for the NOI, then yeah, let them know I want to pull up on them. Because I want to do that. I want to do that God challenge. I want to challenge their God, and I want them to challenge mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to Bro Sanchez and see if he claim he big smoke. He got a big following, because he's mainly a flat earther. But he's
I ain't even interested in that.
But he definitely will deal with his God and the NOI and all that. I know that he'll definitely deal with it.
Yeah, so as long as they on the God piece, we'll see, because that's all it's gonna come down to. You saw what Tazariak did. Yeah. So they gonna claim God, but you claim that's a horrible thing to idea. That's a horrible idea. That's a demonic. Like, okay, well, your God don't delete people. Your God ain't the biggest mass deleter of human beings in history. Why is that such a horrible idea?
Right. You just remind me of something. I remember a couple of years ago they was bragging. Tazariak was bragging to, you got a lot of these commission brothers that believe in the high priest of Egypt returning back and all this other stuff. But he was telling them about, he was bragging about the Passover. He said, yeah, our God killed y'all firstborn babies, during the Passover and all this. So it's like, when hearing all that and then to hear the brother call you what he called you, to me, I just don't get it.
I mean, he can call me that, but accept the challenge. Like, I don't got no problem with what you call me. My problem is you being a punk and not accepting your God challenge. That means you a punk. Then I can respect all that stuff you call me if you're willing to do the main challenge and shit. You know what I'm saying? You're willing to put your your hide on the line in the name of your God. Because that's all I want to do. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. I don't want to debate or yell and do no PowerPoint presentations and slides. I got 30 slides. I don't got no slides. I got one motherfucking smooth stone in my slingshot, which is the showdown of God. And if you don't want to do that, don't say nothing to me.
Yeah, that's real. And I guess the point I was trying to make is just, you know, if you can brag about how your God killed people during the Passover, you should have no problem with this challenge.
You see what the dude said? He said, "With in the kingdom," he said something about the kingdom, all right? Like,
yeah,
like Elijah wasn't in the kingdom. He didn't do them 450 murkings in the kingdom. And God didn't even tell him to do it. God didn't tell him to do the challenge, and God didn't tell him to murk them Baal prophets afterwards. He did that on his own, and God backed him up.
Backed him right on up.
So that's how if he's the same yesterday, today, and forever, and God changes not, then he's supposed to be able to get busy, full force, get busy one time, just like that right now.
Yeah, they should be popping out like showing up with the glow. You know
what I'm saying? Leroy.
You know what I'm saying? Who's the master? Who got That's how he was dressed in when he busted that movie theater. You know, he had on the spikes.
Chucks, kiss my chucks, like showing up. Shout out Dub C. Eric Black Cam, thanks for allowing me the opportunity to speak with you. Now, this is just the beginning, bro. Like I said, God willing, we're gonna be fellow soldiers and fellow warriors. You know what I'm saying? I don't hold none of that against you. It's just I just want to practice real, raw, uncut accountability, verbal accountabilities or whatever, because I get DP'd on a daily. I get my DPs on a daily, not, you know, from my superiors, and that's what make me as sharp as I am, but it's out of love. Ain't nobody trying to destroy me, and I definitely ain't trying to destroy you. We just in the gym sparring, or I'm making you lock it, and like, you know what I'm saying? So it hurt, you'll be sore, you know, afterwards, but then you're gonna be like, damn, you know, he put me up on a new little workout. So we brothers, like it or not. You might love everybody. I still don't love everybody. I love you. But I don't love everybody. I just love you. How about that? Let's agree on that. So salute Big Eric Black, no matter what, man, you know. But you can't make me love everybody. So I don't want us to be divided on that. When you come deal with me, just come representing you. Don't try to make me love the slave master. But it's all love for sure. Much love. But Madon, we at that part of the show. Well, let me acknowledge my sister Jamila. Always beautiful to see the God sisters, you know, show up and express themselves. Salute to Jamila. And Blacktastic 68, salute. Yeah, right. I'll spot you, but I ain't gonna do it for you. You know what I'm saying? I might press down on the spot and make it harder for you. Like, I know I ain't trying to destroy you or hurt you or pop your, you know, your bones or nothing, but that's how we do it. And you're gonna see sooner enough that it's all in love. And this is how we fast track. This is a crash course to getting us in shape mentally, physically, morally, spiritually, emotionally. And this brotherhood, no matter what, man, we your army. We your army, whether you accept us as your army and your brothers and your fellow soldiers or warriors or not, or maybe your peers or family members might not, but we are your fellow soldiers, and you know, we want for you what we want for ourselves. And that don't just go for Eric, that go for all of us, black, brown, red, you know what I'm saying, yellow, and poor white. Well, I say poor, I mean, you know, righteous white people that are going to war against their wicked nature, like Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad was a white man, but he was the best that race ever produced. And we consider him holy because he fought against his own weak, wicked, negative nature. He fought against it using the teachings of the nature of the original black people, which is called Islam. He used Islam for over a period of 23 years to reform and burn out his devil, alter his nature. and became righteous. So we give him the name Muhammad, and Muhammad means praiseworthy and praise much, and it also means war or warriors, because he was a warrior against. He went to the jihad or the holy war or the Armageddon, war of Armageddon against the wickedness of his own nature, his own self. That's the greatest war. The real enemy ain't out there. It ain't really the slave master out there. It's the slave master in here. It's the wicked, weak devil or Satan that's within. The race just represents that dormant reality, or that dormant force in the black people. But yeah, on that note, you got the last word, Madon. Like, subscribe, y'all, if y'all don't mind. And if the Lord put it on your heart, you got any value from this, then we appreciate any Cash App collection plates in my Marvin Sapp voice. Lock the doors. No, we would never do that. But you got the last word, Madon.
No doubt. I appreciate that, Cam, man. I would say salute to you, man, and peace and love and blessings to you and your fam and everybody in the chat. And I would just say, hey, let's this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that Brother Cam bringing through by way of Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan, let this way of thinking transform you into a new person and become a better version of yourself and ourselves. And with that, I'm going to say peace and blessings.
Man, peace and blessings. Tomorrow is Resurrection Sunday. For all of y'all that's observing that, and I like that name. I love that name. That represents some consciousness, some black awakening, resurrection. Resurrection ain't about people getting up out of the cemetery or out the graveyard physically. Resurrection means what we talking about right now. We elevating out of mental death, mental ignorance, resurrecting our thoughts, our morals, our desires, our vision. So happy Resurrection Day. And we are the crucified Christ. We are the body of Christ. We are the Jesus that was dead, or whatever, for so-called 3 days, or enslaved in chattel slavery for 310 years or 3 centuries. That's you and that's me, the Native Indigenous or the Native American so-called Indians and the so-called Mexicans and Latinos of this hemisphere, this North America. That's about you and me. So get your crown. Don't go crazy, because it's the passion. Like my bro, Uncle Big Man said, yesterday was allegedly the day that the crucifixion took place, and today, we're supposed to be dead for 3 days, but it represents the 310-year chattel slavery. But we resurrecting back into our power. So we got a crown laid up for us. We got a robe. We got rod and staff. We got throne. We got raised couches. This planet is about to be purified. It's in the process of being purified and purged of all of the poisons and pollutions and all of that. So I just want y'all to hold on to faith in a God, in the real God, and love and respect for each other. Find the best part. We agree on, we disagree on so much. Let's find one thing about our brothers and sisters that we can agree with, and we could just unite with each other based on that important one little thing that we can agree on, and don't worry about the other stuff. Let's get over this hump first. Let's get through this crucifixion first, and then we all gonna be able to sort out all these differences and put our power in our crowns and our powers, all that. What I'm saying? That's what I want. That's what I'm about. So on that note, Kam-Pain Show Live, calling out another NOI op for a public showdown. And of course, when we show up, they 304 up. So for Madon Komet, Brother Cam, and for y'all, till tomorrow, God willing, happy Resurrection Day. Peace.